Students, let us study how to write a letter of complaint. Let us first know what is a letter of complaint as per the CBSE syllabus. The letter of complaints are such letters which are written to officials of different departments and business organizations for necessary action or redressal. These complaints may be related to maybe untimely or maybe short, defective supply or irregular public services such as buses, electrical and water supplies. There are two types of such letters of complaint in the CBSE syllabus, which includes the letter of complaint regarding product. For example, you have purchased a product which is defective or it stopped functioning after certain days. So you're writing a letter of complaint either to reimburse the money or to replace the product. The second type of letter of complaint is regarding civil amenities. For example, the municipality has not picked the garbage from the area, or the water supply is inappropriate, electrical issue, power failure, the bus service is inappropriate, you're writing to road and transport authority. Such kind of letters regarding civic amenities are also asked. Now let us proceed to the next part of the letter. The points to remember. There are certain basic points to remember. For example, use appropriate format. It's a formal letter, so it has got the format of a formal letter with the letter or the address of the sender, date, the address of the recipient. Then you have the salutation, subject, introduction, body, conclusion, the subscription, name and designation of the person. There are certain points to remember. That is, company's name and address is very important. Where you're writing, date, it is essential to write the date in the right order that is followed in that country. Do not confuse it with UK and American system. In the English paper, you need to write the date in the spelled out format. For example, 29th of August 2021, you need to spell it out. Then maybe reference number, if there's any invoice number, bill number, receipt number, you need to add that. And the date of purchase also. Salutation, closing and signature. The content complete all the necessary points of the content. Do not leave out any point missing, because that will leave the letter incomplete. Request for action required. That means, what do you expect after writing the letter of complaint? Do you want the product replaced, or do you want your money back, etc.? That is very, very important. Without that, the letter of complaint is incomplete. The language should be formal and courteous. You need to be polite at all times. You cannot accuse and rather abuse the company for selling an inappropriate or faulty product. The addresses, sender's address on the top left hand side. Remember that all the letters begin nowadays from the left hand side. So the sender's address is on the top left hand side corner of the letter. Then is the date. Date is then the international format for writing the date. For example, if you're writing May 10th, 2018 or 10th of May 2018, both these formats are accepted. But avoid writing the way you write this spelled out, the one date with dot or maybe slashes also. That is also incorrect and not accepted for letter writing. Recipient's address with designation on the left hand below sender's address. So that means you have the self address, date, and then you have the recipient's address. These are the essentials when you are beginning the letter. Then for salutations or greetings, either you can write dear sir / madam. If you're very sure that the manager or the to whom you're writing is sir, madam. If you do not know, then best is to write dear sir / madam, whoever it may concern. If you do not want to know the name of the person you are writing to, and the person is not your immediate or official authority, then you can write dear sir or madam. But in case if you know the name of the person, then you can address as Dear Mr. Sharma. If you know the name of the person, use the title Mr., Mrs., Miss, or Ms., Doctor, etc. and the surname. Surname is very essential. You need to write in the as a formal letter. Do not write Mr. Amit because you're not a friend of that person. You have to address that person formally, so use the surname. If you're writing to a woman who does not, you do not know that she uses Mrs. or Miss, or the better is to write Ms. Pronounces as Ms. Okay, with the Z sound, Ms. And internationally it is accepted. It is used by Mrs. also. It is used by uh, spinsters also, and this does not disclose whether they are married or unmarried. Ms., which applies to both married and single women these days. Complimentary clause, that is yours faithfully if you do not know the person and he or she belongs to some other department, or yours sincerely if you know the person and he or she is your immediate official or head, or if you even if you're addressing the person by name, then you need to close it as yours sincerely. Remember that in this yours there is no apostrophe, so be very careful when you're writing this complimentary clause. Signature, that is above your name. First is your signature and then is your name. Do not write your name first and the signature afterwards. That is incorrect. So it is always signature first and under that is your name. Then what are the contents of a formal letter? That means the body of the letter. In the first paragraph, it is the introduction. The first paragraph should be short and state the purpose of the letter. That is whether it is a letter of inquiry, if you're making some inquiry or writing a complaint or something is out of place, you need to mention that immediately in the first line. Then in the middle or the main paragraph, you need to write in the middle of the letter what was is the relevant information. What was, suppose you're writing about some product that is defective, you need to write what is the issue with that product. Do keep the essential information and organize it in the clear and logical manner. So that means the person who is reading your letter is able to understand what you are conveying through the letter. And towards the end or last concluding paragraph, the last paragraph of the formal letter should state what action you expect the recipient to take. For example, that is to either refund the money, that is uh, to give your money back, or send you some information if you're inquiring about something, or if you want the product replaced, if the product is under warranty and you want it repaired and you want the same product back, you need to specify very clearly in your letter of complaint. Next is that marking scheme of the CBSE for letter writing. Note that marks are not awarded if only the format is given. Credit should be given for the candidate's creativity in presentation of ideas. For format, it's only 1 mark. But if you do not write anything in the content, you do not get marks for your format. You need to have your sender's address, date, and the recipient's address, the subject. Then you have your heading and then your salutation. You have your body of the letter, and then you have a complimentary close. You are awarded marks for content, 3 marks, expression, 2 marks, grammatical accuracy and appropriate words and spellings, 1 mark, coherence and relevance of the ideas and style. Now let us add it up. We have taken 1 mark here, 3 here, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So altogether it is for 8 marks. Let us see the gist of this letter. You have the self address, date, the recipient's address, THE, the is added over there. Salutation, you can write dear sir. And then you have your subject, introduction, body, conclusion, 3 paragraphs. Thank you. Yours sincerely or faithfully, anyone, not both. Name and designation. You can write signature, name, and designation. It's up to you how you would like to close your letter. Now, letter of complaint. You recently bought a mobile phone for your grandmother on her 60th birthday from the spice shops, Rajpat Nagar, India. See, India is not written over here, but you need to add that in your letter writing. However, now within 2 months of the purchase, the phone isn't getting charged and the screen light has gone to. Write a letter to the proprietor complaining about the substandard product sold to you. Now, this is the situation, and you need to write a letter of complaint. Now, here's a sample for you. Self address. Whatever was not given, you have to invent that. Add the new country as well. Date format. The proprietor. The spice shop. The to be added over here. Lajpat Nagar, India. Dear Sir, subject complaint about faulty LG mobile phone. Kindly refer to bill number such and such, dated whatever date you would like to write. White, white means through. Which mobile handset Luma 5 of Nokia company was purchased from your shop. However, within 2 months of purchase, the phone has developed a number of problems. So this is how you have mentioned the reference number, the issue, and the problem you have discussed with the very first line. Then comes the problem with the you need to explain the problem. The handset is not getting charged and is operational only when it is plugged. We even got the battery checked, but there seems to be no problem with the battery. Avoid using V as such. The battery was checked, right in the passive voice. So avoid V. To add to our woes, to add to the miseries, do not write I, me, and R. To add to the miseries, a week later, the screen light got diffused too. Since the product is still under guarantee period, I'm enclosing the photocopy of the bill and sending the phone to be replaced. So you are mentioning the purpose of writing the complaint, writing a letter of complaint that you want it replaced or repaired at the earliest. But still, you are expecting the device, you're not expecting the money from the proprietor. Thank you, yours faithfully. No apostrophe in that yours. Then you have your name first, signature first, and then name afterwards. Towards the end, we have the task. You are Ankit or Ankita. Remember that if you're a boy, please pick the name of the boy. If you're a girl, pick the name of the girl. Do not write both the names at the end of the letter. It is incorrect. Of the address is given. Last month, you purchased a double door frost free refrigerator from Divya Electronics against a warranty of 2 years. For 1 month, it worked well, but now you find that it is making an unbearable noise and not cooling things properly. Write a letter to the manager, dealer of Divya Electronics, complaining about the problem you're facing and requesting him for the replacement immediately. This is the task assigned to you. Kindly write a letter and use the rubric for self-evaluation. Kindly click like on for this video if you like the video, and thank you very much for your kind attention.